Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Showdown Ubers Live. This one's actually been a few days in the making. I was going to upload this 2 days ago, but then I passed this team to someone and I wasn't certain if they were going to use it for a tournament game, and just decided to wait. They didn't end up using it, they adapted it to suit their own needs, but oh well. Yeah, this is my 1000 post RMT on Smogon. It's based around Excadrill T-Tar, because of course it is, and yeah, we'll just see how we can go with it. It's basically spamming physical offense, like to a ridiculously high extent. So I'll get a game and then I'll unpause. And we get a game versus someone who's using a Magearna. Now, he's got a Deoxys attack team, which is not a bad build by any means, but I'm also not that much of a fan of it. I am. Anyway, it just doesn't fit well, in my opinion. The Magearna Xerneas combo, that kind of superfluous. And the rest of his team, like, he doesn't have any solid answers to a couple of big things. As he leads off with Groudon, I actually can't afford to have this set up on me, so I'm just going to go for Toxic. As he just kills me. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can just go out into Excadrill and click Earthquake. Or I can actually click SD. SD is smarter, because it means that the Salamence can't beat me 1v1, or doesn't easily beat me 1v1. I'd probably outspeed this thing, because he brought it in like this. It kind of makes me feel like it's defensive. Or he goes for Sucker Punch and just completely destroys me. Okay, so let's just start actually thinking about what I'm doing. As he goes into the Primal Groudon, which does drop to a +2 close combat, which is nice. As he goes out into his Yveltal, I'm just going to go for a Bullet Punch here. Do a lot, but Foul Play kills me. That feels like it's Choice Banded. So I'm going to go out into my Rayquaza. I don't know why I feel like it's Choice Banded, but I do. He's at the very minimum not max speed, so that's good to know. Goes out into Magearna. I will happily. Ooh, I could recreate this, but I don't want to. I want. It's probably Sash Deoxys though. I want to preserve it, so I'm going to go out into my Groudon, which this thing can't touch. So, as he actually goes for the Z Twinkle Tackle and does a fuck ton. Jesus. I'm just going to Rock Polish up as he goes into Salamence, but Hidden Power Ice will kill. Or not, but it will come close. And now I can just go out into my Arceus Ghost and just click SD. He goes for the Roost, obviously, but I can just go for the Shadow Force. As he goes for the Double Edge, he'll drop to the Shadow Force, and then we can continue from there. He goes out into Xerneas. My play is Shadow Force here again if he Geomancies, which he does. On this turn, he goes for the Moonblast. That thing does enough that E-Speed kills. And then we're all good to go. If he goes into Deoxys attack, I can E-Speed even if he's Sash. He can't kill me, and vai vencer. Intenho nada pra. Fuck it. I don't know how to say these words. What the fuck is it even? And he's life orbed, which is the better set, so GG. And we'll move on. And I'll pause it until we find a game. And we get a game. That literally just took a minute, so... Oh dear. This man's got a team really weak to Arceus Ghost, which is nice, as always. We're just going to lead off with Rayquaza because it's also pretty solid against his team and covers a bunch of potential leads. Solgaleo, not really one of them, but we can just go for V-Create here and kill off the Solgaleo. Lovely. Zygarde. Hi. You're going for Dragon Dance. Oh, you're joking! Come on! Oh, no, that's just a bit fucked up. Come on, dude. Dragon Ascent still does 30 odd, so we're going to go for that. If we hit that first one, it just drops. That's annoying. This thing's pretty slow, so we can just go into Arceus Ghost. SD. He goes for that, that's fine. Does not appear to have... Oh well. Just going for Shadow Force here, because if he goes for Dragon Dance, he actually goes for Rest. Okay, that's fine. I think this kills. Okay, it doesn't, but oh well. Does he rest? He does. Okay. But he's not got the thingy, so that's one turn. This will be 2 turns, so Shadow Force here. As he can go for DD on this turn. Yeah, she uses the sub, which is a good play. But Lucario comes in and clicks BP. Man, like... You're joking. No. No, 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 no. That's one turn, so... We CC here. You're fucking with me. What is with these low fucking rolls? Because he's going to go for a fucking rest here as well. Oh, nope, I'm just wrong. He just attacks because, fuck's sake. If we hit that Draco Meteor, man. There's literally no way we live this, but... For fuck's sake, man. Like, what are you meant to do in that sort of situation? When you're fucked over by rolls and by missing. It's just not on. Whatever, let's lead with Rayquaza. He leads Yveltal. On the off chance that this is the Fizz Def thing that I hate, nope, it's actually Specs, which is good. Well, it's a good mon. It's not a good situation really for me. But as he goes into Giratina there, I will happily take this damage. If you're letting me get damage off on your Giratina, I'll take that. I'll 100% take that. As he goes into Yveltal, that's a smart play. Smart man for you. Goes into his Lucario. Ray's still useful later on in the game. I could just attack here. get off some damage. And now go for an SD. This is taking too long. I don't like it. But his ghost resist is now dead, so I don't really agree with what he did. So he chooses to try and use his Arceus as a way around this, but Brick Break into extreme speed will kill, and we actually live one more of those, so that's nice to know. No, fuck off. I'm gonna use Neverending Nightmare versus this thing, because after this and a bit of damage on Pidon, Rock Polish, Primal Groudon, which can set up on a couple of things, literally wins. Lucario is his choice of Mon, which is fine, because I can go T-Tar and just sack it off. Or, well, how much does BP do? How much does BP do? Let's just go for Brick Break. Doesn't matter, but oh well. We can go into Groudon and just Rock Polish up. I need the damage on Groudon to be able to kill with stuff, so... Oh, but he actually just chooses to sack off his thingy. I'm just going to go for HP Ice. It will kill no matter what, and yeah, that's nice. If Fire Blast doesn't miss, it'll just pretty much OHKO the Xerneas, and if it misses, I'm just going to be upset. But we probably outspeed it and can put it in range of a couple things, so... yep, okay, it doesn't actually just die, but he's Z Geomancy, that's why, because he's max HP. And now another one will kill him off. Hidden Power Ice would not, so I can't go for that. Yeah, and then Groudon comes out, it lives a Precipice Blades, but at that point I can just go out into Excadrill, click EQ, or he can miss, which is nice, but I had the game 100% anyway, so it doesn't matter. As he forfeits. Lovely. Now another Mon. Another game, even. I'll pause until we find one. And we get a game. Rocks are going to be invaluable in this one. I'm honestly very tempted just to lead with T-Tar, but the probability of a Groudon lead means that I'm going to lead off with my Ray. He actually chooses to lead off with the Dugtrio. Not a good move. I'm just going to go for an E-Speed on the off chance that he flinches me or something. He goes for his Rocks, which is not a good move again. I kind of want to predict him to go out into his Gengar here, but I have a T-Tar, so it's fine, as he does choose to make that play. I mean, literally all he's doing right now is weakening himself to the point where plus 2 Lucario destroys this man. I'd rather get up Rocks than Pursuit this thing, so that's what I'm going to do. Dazzling Gleam, the perfect move choice there. Get up the Rocks. And then, he could be a... Nope, never mind. Chooses to do it this way. We're just going to go for Pursuit for the guaranteed damage. Unless, of course, he does get a high roll and kills us. At least I think it's a high roll. But Dazzling Gleam Gengar should never be used by anyone ever, so I don't really mind that much. He gets a crit, but we can go out into our Excadrill and just click Iron Head. No reason not to when there's a Yveltal that might well come in. Or he actually lives aside from the sand, and the sand takes him down. Yay. So now he's got to have something that takes a hit from Excadrill in sand, especially when I'm adamant, and he's going to struggle with that, because Excadrill in sand is a strong Mon. Chooses his Groudon. That's an excellent ground type switch in the Mon that's fire type. That makes sense, as he does not chew that at all. I die to the Fire Punch, but that's fine. I've actually got a lot of options here, but I think that my safest is just going Lucario and close combating. He could sack the Dugtrio here, that would be a decent play, but I also don't think he can risk me going for SD. I actually really want to SD just predicting the Dugtrio switch, but that's why I don't. This prevents setup from Xerneas. Yveltal is not a solid answer to this. Depending on the Arceus form, well, I mean, close combat just chunks, so we're going to do that. Ow. That did a huge amount of damage as he chooses to go for the Defog. I do not agree with that play at all. You've just lost your Arceus for nothing. And it's not like your Yveltal's going to be that useful either, so... He chooses to go out into his Yveltal here. I'm just going to go for... Why am I going for Iron Tail when close combat literally does more? Well, I should have gone for BP then, shouldn't I? As he's Life Orb, he's... Let's just get as much damage off as possible with the Arceus Ghost. As he actually chooses to leave the game. I'm just going to claim the victory and we'll pause it, and either he comes back or he doesn't. He did actually come back, so we'll just continue. He has 40 seconds. He did not go for the Sucker Punch, so we get off a good hefty chunk on that, send him down to 40%. That's in range of Rayquaza's E-Speed, but I think I'd rather go for... Is it in range of Rayquaza's E-Speed? I don't know. Let's check. Ooh, it's in range after Life Orb, but alas. Ooh, we live on 1. That's nice. What's less nice is this sort of situation where I have to crit Dragon Ascent. Oh, he actually just choked and went for Moonblast. Okay, I'm just going to Rock Polish up then. We're faster. So goes for Grass Knot. Would have do it KO'd me, but he didn't go for Geomancy. Does Hidden Power Ice kill? Oh, why can't it? Groudon, Primal, Offensive, then Xerneas, sure. Nope, I want you to scroll the fuck down. Oh, what are you doing? Hidden Power Ice. With Max Modest. It's not modest, but still. Does not kill. Okay, so we need to risk the game. We win. Lovely. And let's look for another one then. As Dugtrio comes out, and even crit Sucker Punch, it won't kill, and we outspeed anything that is not a Scarf Dugtrio. If this thing turned out to be Scarf, I would have thrown something. But it isn't, so we win. And I'll pause until we find an actual game. And here we get a game, which is very nice. And looking at his team, he looks really weak to, well, a lot of things really, but what to lead with? Let's just lead off with Rayquaza. It's a nice easy way of getting damage on some of the things that annoy me, like this Giratina O. If he just chooses to stay in here, it would be lovely, because then literally all I need is Pidon coming in on rocks twice and then I win. Or he can go out into his Ferrothorn and eat this V-Create for breakfast. Dead. Pharaoh is not a good Rayquaza answer. As now he goes out into his Giratina again, and we can just go out into our T-Tar here. I don't know what the fuck I just did there. I instantly apologize. We can get up our rocks though, which is nice. If he goes Lucario, I go Arceus Ghost. If he goes for Hacks, I get annoyed. Don't get full parrot again. That would be annoying. He goes into Arceus Water, so he is just letting me get a Toxic up on this for free, which is nice. You know, it's important to recognize when people are being generous. As he goes for the Ice Beam, so he has nothing that can harm me, really, as I can just go for a Stone Edge here. As he goes for a Toxic, predicting me to switch out, which I'm not going to do. And we crit him, but that's fine. And here he's going to reveal that he had Judgment all along as we miss the Stone Edge, which is fucked. I'm just going to go for Stealth Rock as he goes for Ice Beam, kills me off, but he dies too, which is nice. Wait, he probably didn't even have thingy. Okay, we can just go out into our Rayquaza here though. As he goes into Giratina, he knows I have Draco Meteor, he knows I have Draco Meteor, I'm clicking Draco Meteor anyway. It's too good not to click. And at this point he's in range of 2 HP Ices from Pidon, so that's nice. As he does go Xerneas here, which is fair enough, we can just go for the Dragon Ascent. He might try and double into Giratina expecting my Pidon switch in, which he does. Doesn't work for him, which is nice. Xerneas is kind of not very useful. Not Xerneas. Excadrill is not very useful. So I feel like that should be my sack here, and that's what I'm going to do. Rayquaza still has benefit in terms of the high powered E-speed. Excadrill does not. As he goes for the BP, you can't set up on this thing, so that's good. Although I could be a bit of a douche, but I'm not, so that's taken out of my hands, as we can go out into Arceus Ghost. Just Swords Dance on up. As he goes into Groudon, that does not live a never-ending nightmare though, which is exactly what I'm going to go for. Dead. And I still have my triple priority so that the Xerneas is not a threat. As we win that game as well, we'll get one more game and then we'll call it alive. Unless it's Baton Pass, in which case we'll get 2 more games and then we'll call it alive. If it's Baton Pass, I will literally just forfeit. I don't even want to play that thing. It's not a team. It doesn't deserve that sort of credit. But anyway, I'll just pause until we find one, I guess. And we get one versus Seer. We can just lead off with, I could just lead off with Rayquaza again, but instead I'm going to lead off with, honestly my Groudon looks decent as a lead, but Lucario looks better in my opinion. Yveltal is his lead of choice, seeing that I don't actually have a very good Dark Resist, but he actually just lets fucking Jesus man, I do not agree with that play. Oh, but he gets all of his health back, so I guess it worked out fine for him. As he can go for the U-turn there, he can go into the Pidon if he wishes, which he does seem to, but we can just Toxic this thing. I'm not letting a Pidon set up, but it's definitely Rocks. There's no way that this is not a Rocks Pidon team. As he actually just goes out into Arceus Water, which, you know, but I can just Dragon Ascent twice and kill this thing off. As he actually chooses to Ice Beam, which is a smart play on his part. But we can just go out into our Arceus Ghost, set up an SD, or just Shadow Force. What's the... it's smarter just to go for a never-ending nightmare, honestly. Now the Arceus is dead. He can't stop Defog. goes into your Veltal. I've got a T-Tar. You can go for U-turn. That's fine. We're just going to kill him off with the Pursuit. Or kill him off after Rocks damage, which he can't avoid anymore. So he goes out into his Primal Groudon here. I'm going to hard switch directly into my Excadrill. As he goes for the Rocks. Which is fine. We can just go for the EQ. As he sacks off the Yveltal. As he goes into Lucario, we can sack off T-Tar. And then into Excadrill. Then SD. Not really. I don't think I SD here. I think I just Earthquake. Did I do anything? I must have clicked cancel. Lucario drops, that's nice. Lunala, I don't think that this is your best play, so I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, get as much damage off the Lunala as possible, as he clicks Focus Blast rather than the Ghost type move. I definitely disagree with that, so let's just EQ. He goes into Lunala here, he goes for the Moongeist Beam, kills me. He doesn't actually kill me. Okay, I thought that it would, but it did not. So Excadrill picks up the final kill on the live that's meant to showcase a Sand team, so that's pretty much as perfect as it can get. Let's just turn on the timer so he doesn't be a dick. Oh, fuck off. I had a Pidon which set up on you. Anyway, thank you all for watching. There'll be a link to the RMT in the description if you want to check it out and use the team. I'll see you guys later. Peace.